I would actually just like to say something. Neither of you should be here because traditional Big Six, really, and it's very nice of you to come, but I'm not really. Do you know what I'm? No, I'm not.
They're turning on themselves.
Right, fair enough.
They're turning on themselves.
Would you rather your team park the bus but win a trophy every year, play beautiful football but finish 5th every year?
Park that bus. Park it.
Listen, I'm not going to run here any quicker. I need to win a trophy.
Yeah, go there. Go there.
That's my beliefs.
Go there. Go there.
Get out of here, man. I love the way
You don't believe in this.
Sorry?
You're Liverpool. You're Liverpool. You guys are a successful club. You shouldn't be talking like that.
Play good football as well.
You shouldn't be talking like that. Enjoy
We are successful, which is why I can talk like this, because we play great football and we win the league.
Yeah, that is true.
Once in 30
So yeah, exactly.
Would you
want
want
to
to
win
finish
it.
5th? Would you want to finish 5th?
We finished 5th plenty of times, and I was so happy on the journey.
Lauren, you're telling me, yeah, these years that City have just picked you guys to the title, you don't wish that if you guys were defensive, parking the bus, you won those leagues over City.
Again,
that
like,
feeling, think about the heartbreak they've given you. You would have wanted to win it, playing a different way.
Okay, it made it that much sweeter when we did actually win it. We bonded with our team like 10 times more because we actually felt that they were doing something that represented us rather than just being a conservative football that everyone could just say, boring Chelsea. Did once in the club era anyone ever say boring Liverpool?
I don't take offence to it.
No, and that's
a way of playing.
But that's because that's more of like your guys' idea of what you think football is.
Whereas I have all the ideas, any ideas. I'm open to everything. I'm welcoming to all types of football.
Absolutely, you've got a portfolio of capital that you invest.
Why are you guys so rigid? Why are you so rigid in your ideas?
So rigid in trying to enjoy football?
You don't like the art of defence? You don't like low blocks?
Well, with that, Van Dijk and Canati at the back, what do you mean we don't like the art of defence? What are you talking about? You can defend and still not be a deep-lying football team. You can have balance.
So I've had both sides of the coin. I've had Jose, I've had Conte, I've had that boring football. We didn't win anything. I could be over there and say I love Ange Ball and I'm happy to finish 5th. But ultimately, I want to win something. So if it meant that
that's a
I
reality.
win something, I will always be in the box. That means I have a nice day out and I actually have a trophy. I don't need to finish 5th. I've seen it a million times.
It doesn't matter what box you're in, you're never going to win anything anyway. It doesn't matter what box you're in.
115 charges pending, yeah?
She went there!
Can't really chat to me this
All right,
week.
Abby, would you rather have 115 charges pending and win the Premier League? Or would you rather be over here and have no charges?
I want success. I'm standing in whatever box gets me that. They got a dog and called it win. That's what
Yeah, but the point is, I actually think Arteta gets that. Arteta gets this side more than he gets that side.
Hey, we won the FA Cup parking the bus, so life was good.
about
You know what I
that?
mean? We enjoyed it. We parked the bus against these guys.
This is all United fans have got in recent years. Everyone's having a real chat and then they go, yeah, in the FA Cup.
Yeah, success. I've got success through parking the bus and I enjoyed it. So
genuinely, playing good football makes fans happy. And I get this.
It does,
I hear that. But so does
ultimately,
success. But I hear both can be true.
Would you rather your club win the Premier League or England win the World Cup?
World Cup.
please. We've won 13 of them, do you know what I mean? So we're a bit spoiled over here. So
you haven't won
England,
it in 10 years.
Yeah, but I've seen 7 titles. How many have you seen?
I've seen, what, 5?
Yeah.
Not as much as me.
To be fair, that's a bad example, but I get your point.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Premier Leagues. I've never seen England win anything. I remember how close England got with the Euros. Listen, I was shaking when Luke Shaw scored, when Trippier scored in the World Cup semis. So I want to see England win a tournament. So listen, do you know what Shoreditch and the streets will be like if England win it?
That's the good point. Everyone in the country is together.
Get lit. Yeah, I'm saying.
We're all together as opposed to...
Do you understand what Tottenham High Road would be like if we won anything?
Tottenham High Road. Nobody goes to Tottenham High Road anyway.
Wow.
But the whole country would be ecstatic. It'd be a moment in history. 1966, my grandparents talk about it in a way that's magical. I mean, I love City winning everything. And when I saw Man City win the Champions League, like what you're saying about Man United is the same thing. But you guys are so selfish about your own clubs. We're joining...
Unity.
Come on, man. You guys are so selfish.
I care about my club. I'm going there week in, week out. I've seen one trophy, Cams. One trophy, right? So if I'm putting that investment into it, it's
So you've seen less for England?
Yeah, I care about this club.
England is a representation of all the players from across the country. They've all come together. They've got Cole Palmer from the City Academy, incredible. Got Pickford for Everton. All these players that have played for different clubs. Spurs, that was just an example, different clubs.
No, hold on. You got to remember, this is the starving side.
I would say something. Neither of you should be here because, not you, you're fine, yeah. You're really not, traditional big six, not really. And it's very nice of you to come, but I'm not really. Do you know what I'm not.
They're turning on themselves. They're turning on themselves. In the box. We need them in the box. All of us in this room would love it if England won the World Cup. If City win the Premier League tomorrow, let's just say,
no one cares.
I'd love it. You'd hate it.
He's got a good point.
Yeah, he's got a good point.
Open a beer and
it's called being selfless, Loz.
It's because Boovie wants to go to a parade that actually happens.
Would you rather, in an all-time Premier League 11 on the right wing, Salah or Ronaldo?
Come on, man. Let's ask some serious questions, please.
I feel like that's the conversation now, isn't it? About Salah.
That's a rough one.
It's not a debate, lads.
Oh, but going on what you've done and what they're doing in the Premier League.
It's not a debate, lads. You know it's not as well. It's not. I love Salah. But it's not a debate, lads. I mean, we're talking, this guy won the Ballon d'Or. We're talking of all football history. For me, he's the second best player in the history of football behind Lionel Messi. Salah isn't
in the Premier League, we're doing Premier League.
Just Premier League.
Premier League.
Longevity.
Yeah.
Premier League.
He achieved that level that we talk about. That level we talk about Ronaldo being the second best player of all time. It started at Manchester United for 4 years. He was unplayable for 4 years. Then he went to Real Madrid. I get that his time at Real Madrid is obviously we're doing a Premier League one.
Yeah.
But ultimately, that level, the Premier League's never seen the level that he had for 4 years ever.
When you guys talk as if like, oh, Salah's now eclipsed what Ronaldo's done. No, he hasn't. Ronaldo's done a three-peat in this league. In terms of level, probably only Thierry Henry has reached this level. Mo Salah's good, but let's keep it 100. Mo Salah's good.
Like my guy.
But if you were to say who's the best Premier League player of the last 6-7 years since Mo Salah's been in the Premier League, you'll say Kevin De Bruyne. You wouldn't say Mo Salah.
What's Salah better than Ronaldo at? Honest question. On a technical ability,
Not close.
goal scorers worse,
Athletically, not
dribbling's
close.
worse.
Longevity is the first of these arguments, and you can't really make
Premier
a
League.
consistent argument. Salah, by the time he finished his career, but even at this point, has been in the league almost 3 times.
Even as a right winger, he's better than Salah.
I just think that people really underrate Mohamed Salah. I do.
See, this is
I
what they
honestly
do. They want
do.
sympathy
I
for
think-
Salah all the time.
Output, combination with other players.
Link up. What he
equals all of
has
those
done
things that
what he has
Ronaldo
done for Liverpool is
that better than Ronaldo?
ridiculous.
That's the
But he's
question.
done it for
I'd
a
say-
longer period
But
of
it's not the
time.
question, is it?
Ronaldo
You're missing the question. I don't
Ronaldo
get why you're
is
missing the question.
top 3 of all time.
You could say that Mo Salah's got a more consistent Premier League output than it is that Ronaldo has. Ronaldo burned very brightly in a very, very good period, which made him that player, but he also then left the league. And the
But
fact
he won
that
more titles, 3 times as many titles. That's what I'm saying.
But Boovie, you wearing that T-shirt and saying that he won more titles in that time.
What's my T-shirt got to do with it? What are you on about? What do you mean? Ronaldo's considered the greatest Premier League player of all time. Salah's considered the best right winger of all time. That's a big differential.
But the question was, who would you rather have on the right then?
right wing.
So that's not to say you don't respect what Cristiano Ronaldo did in the Premier League in that time. I just think that in terms of what we're watching and how long he's done it for, and the disrespect actually that Mohamed Salah gets, which you'll want to talk about him about, the Thierry Henry thing, which I kind of get. He's being compared to that, who is arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest striker of all time in the Premier League.
No, the thing is, right, why don't people put Alan Shearer in there as their number 1 in the Premier League? He scored the most goals. He was there the longest.
That goes against
He
your
is a That's what I'm saying. Why don't people won't be putting Alan Shearer? A lot of people don't put
You're
Alan
saying
Shearer.
that Alan Shearer and Mo Salah are comparable?
No,
Why
he's
not?
not saying
Why
that.
not?
You
Why
know
is,
that's
wait,
the
hold on.
rule.
Why is Alan Shearer and Mo Salah not comparable? They both won 1 leagues. Alan Shearer scored so many goals, scored 30 goal campaign. Why can't they be
we know
compared?
as a footballer.
Oh, as a footballer, like Cristiano Ronaldo is
you
better
know
than Mo
that's
Salah.
the weakest
Do
we
Mo
can't-
Salah as a footballer. Now you care about as a footballer. Come here then. Come here.
Yeah, Cecil, you haven't really said nothing,
Cecil, you care about.
You don't really believe it.
I'm indifferent.
I feel like it is one you could go in the middle, but we're not allowed to go in the
You're
middle.
not allowed to do that. In order to make your argument, what you have to do is
Oh
split
my
it off
God,
into...
we're talking about football. Is Salah a better footballer than Ronaldo in your dream team?
You're asking, but the point is not that. The point is that when you
What's the question, lads? What's the question, please? Read
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Would you rather keep VAR, get rid of VAR?
Oh my God.
We can have a chat.
I think personally, VAR is the worst thing to ever happen in football, man. Honestly, like, how many times does a goal go in now and you don't even want to celebrate? You don't even want to celebrate. You're just thinking, oh, what's VAR? There's actually times where my team concede goals and I'm genuinely like, please VAR, please VAR, please VAR. Like, I just hate the way it slows down the game. It slows down the emotions. even when you're in the stadium as well, not only on TV, when you're in the stadium and you just hear VAR check-in, you're just like, oh. I know there's going to be controversy regardless. Like, so there's been goals, hand of God, for example. I'll never happen if VAR happen. But sometimes just talking with your boys about controversies and stuff is what football's about. But the craziest thing is VAR is meant to be here to eliminate all of that. And it's gotten worse. All we do now is walk away from games and talk about technology. It's the most annoying thing ever. We don't talk about how good Salah's been, how good this person. We're walking away saying, what did this referee do or this and VAR and why do I need to know the man that's in Stockley Park? I know the names of these guys now. Who are they?
I know their names, but I just know them for different reasons.
What do you know them for?
I know David Coote's name.
I actually try to avoid saying David Coote, bro.
Themselves, you're talking about. You're not talking about VAR.
Yeah.
VAR doesn't make mistakes. The referees do. This is what you're getting.
Maybe
this is
if
what you're getting
VAR
twisted.
wasn't done on a VCR, then it would be all right.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, when I look at the way that other leagues do it, it does seem a lot more efficient.
It does.
I think if we could hear and see everything that VAR say and do, I'd feel way more comfortable about that. I think there should be a timer on VAR. So it's basically, if you can't make a decision within that period, then you've just got to leave it as human error in the game, and that's just part of the game. So that as soon as a referee blows his whistle, you've got 30 seconds to make your decision. If you can't draw a line and everything else in that time, move on. We should be able to hear absolutely everything that these guys say. I don't care if referees swear or whatever. I just want to hear so there's transparency in the game and I can actually know and trust these people.
Have you applied for the PGMO? Because this is PGMO. That's really good. But
they actually messaged me back.
So
They actually messaged me back and they said, can you make the drop tonight? And I was like, wrong number, sorry. So the point was, right, I think that it could get better because of the technology we have, but we're stuck with whatever this thing we have right now. And I'm totally in your camp on that.
Yeah, but also don't you think, like, for example, when you see these offsides and somebody's like this and just their toe is offside, that's not a disallowed goal.
And I get that.
That's not a disallowed goal.
So say around that, right? Say around that, I think there are lines you can begin to go, right, where do we begin to overrule the ref in the on-field? Because they seem perfectly fine in undermining the linesman, but not the referee. Why not just continue with... So say it's a horrible decision and there's like a whole body offside, like Luis Diaz. And then it seems very clear that there is a wrong decision, good process, lads, then you get to a point where you're like, okay, you can overturn that.
Yeah.
But if it is just a foot, there's times where I'm like, do we really need to?
Also, you had automated offside in the World Cup.
Right.
And that worked brilliantly.
Straight away, bang.
Premier League was like, oh, we don't need that. And by the way, we shouldn't be encouraging the wrong decisions just because we want to have a chat with our mates. We want to keep the authenticity. I don't know what it is over there, but I want the right decisions made.
I think we'd all be in favour of VAR if it was implemented correctly. But
right then, so come over here. We're implementing it right over here.
No, but we're not implementing it.
That's our argument, is keep it and make it better.
Yeah, we're going to make it better. Automated
We've got
offside.
so much money in this league. Why there isn't the money just being pumped into making the actual end
So when you were a kid, you wanted VARs.
No,
all the beautiful
obviously-
moments you experienced as fans.
Did you want self-service checkouts at Tesco when you was a kid? No, you didn't. But then look now how easy it is to just get through. Do you know what I mean? It's weird.
They were.
to beat the yourself.
Yeah, bro. Even in Zara, I can just scan my clothes and go. You know.
Yeah, but Uniqlo, you just put it in the basket and it does it somehow. How does it do it? It's so good.
Would you rather Sir Alex Ferguson or Pep Guardiola?
We ruined your childhood.
No, but you've also...
We ruined your childhood.
You've me off as well.
We've ruined your childhood.
How do you argue this?
that's really...
I think it's so easy. Prime Guardiola beat Ferguson in 2 Champions League finals.
Yeah, I mean, when we had 39-year-old gigs in centre midfield.
Sir Alex Ferguson is the most adaptable manager the Premier League has ever seen. He's made so many different iterations of his side. He brought through a guy who won the Ballon d'Or in England. You know how hard that is to get any player to do that in the first place? He was one of the most inspirational managers. He brought the Premier League from the old era to the new era and managed to span both of those eras. Very few people managed to go between those two. He went up against some of the GOATs of the Premier League. We're talking Wenger, Mourinho. He would have done very well against Pep and Klopp.
Yeah,
if he'd actually
he lost 2
stayed in.
Champions League finals.
It doesn't matter, but he was against one of the greatest teams in Europe at that point.
Thank you.
And they lost narrowly in those games.
No, they didn't. You didn't watch the game.
No, they were played off the pitch.
They got battered
They
in
were
both games.
They were battered.
You didn't watch the game final. You didn't watch the game.
They didn't even come close. It was a playground game for
Wembley, they got
Barcelona.
destroyed like never before.
Yeah, fair enough. But the other game was actually way closer than people
Rome, they
give it
got
credit
battered
for.
as well.
Barcelona were at their peak at that very point, and they didn't have. There were multiple players.
So
that
Man
didn't have
United,
going
they
to
had
that
Ronaldo, Rooney,
But
Tevez,
listen, when you go into, you look at what Alex Ferguson's done.
matter, bro.
You look what Alex Ferguson's done in terms of what he's talking about, the adaptability. Look what Man City are going through right now. Pep relies on elite quality. The minute that his team has dropped a little bit of quality, they're losing 6 games in a row. You're talking about winning with average teams. Look at when he came into Manchester United. Man United hadn't won a trophy, haven't won a Premier League for 26 years, and he turned us into the biggest club in England. He walked in and said, we're going to leave, we'll knock Liverpool off their perch. He left with more titles than Liverpool. I'm just saying, he walked in with 7 titles. And walked away with 13, and Liverpool stayed on what, 19 at the time? Or 18
19 now, yeah.
But this debate is about prime, right? Let's say prime Man United is 08. Let's just say, I don't know if you agree with that. Prime 08 Man United would lose to prime Man City because we got 100 points, won the Champions League, won everything.
No way.
You wouldn't touch the ball.
You think Man City beat Man United? Peak Man United?
You wouldn't touch the ball.
What is peak Man? What are you actually saying is peak Man United?
He said 08.
08, 99,
he said like
whatever you
Tevez,
want.
Ronaldo, Rooney.
So why did he never beat
Vidic,
Pep in a final?
Ferdinand?
Why did he never beat Pep in a final?
You had Messi! You had Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets!
I'm asking you.
Okay.
You had everyone.
Right.
Rooney, Tevez, Ronaldo.
Can we all agree on this?
I think you can.
Sir Alex is the better manager, Pep's the better coach.
I agree that Pep's a better
Right?
coach.
Yeah, fair.
So we're splitting hairs. It's very close. Pep hasn't finished his Premier League stint as well. He's won, 4 in a row? Sir Alex Ferguson never done that, right? He's entitled to have a bad 5th.
100-point season, by the way. 100-point season.
Yeah.
I think it's still
yeah.
going.
He's entitled.
Why does he never get 100-point season?
Sir Alex Ferguson had his years where he dropped off as well, right? I don't remember seeing him involved in, the Chelsea double.
26 seasons, we never lost 6.
You never won 4 in a row. You
never won 4 in a row.
You guys
You've never won 4 in a row. They've done things that you've not done as well.
You can also just say, Sir Alex Ferguson was at Manchester United almost 3 times longer than Pep Guardiola.
Let's be completely real, lads. Ferguson got dominated in a final at Wembley. I remember watching it. I was loving every second of it in a way that no side has ever been bullied in a Champions League final in the history of European football. We're talking 150 years of association football.
Liverpool in the first half of Istanbul did get bullied. Yeah, sorry.
That was Guardiola versus Ferguson. Let's be completely real.
Can you guys go and check back the game that he's talking about? Go and check the 2 lineups. We had a 39-year-old Ryan Giggs in centre of midfield. We had Chicharito up front. We had Rafael playing in the game. We had a team that shouldn't have even been there. And he's talking about the greatest team assembled in terms of profiles. Them guys that he's talking about, Pep inherited a great core of players anyway. Xavi, Iniesta, they had just won the Euros. They had just come back from winning the Euros. And in that team, 3 years later, go and win a sextuple again. They're going to win a sextuple again with Luis Enrique and MSN and all of that. Great core, Messi, greatest player. But what Ferguson done, sometimes with average players and with quality players, for the period that he did it with, I don't think we'll ever see that again.
Prime, not legacy. If it was legacy, I'll give it to Alex.
Shut up, mate. Shut up.
You grew up with Sir Alex Ferguson, you grew up with trebles, you grew up with sweaty titles. She might grow up with Europa Conference when the Scousers are winning everything. You love your daughter no matter what. You're such a good dad.
This is family men. Family men. My child.